Welcome back, friends. My name is Deepak More and you are watching my YouTube channel, TheIndianOptions.com. Today we are going to discuss how to take advantage of greed and fear of others. This is one of the trading behavior, and this video is coming in from the trading behavior section. So let's move on. First thing, like if you are a trader or if you know little bit about the stock market, then you must have heard that greed and fear plays a very important role in determining the overall market sentiments, right? So you have also learned, like from top financial gurus, maybe Warren Buffett or Rakesh Jhunjhunwala or a lot of other important traders. The names don't pop up in my head right now, but these two are very prominent investors. So all these guys, what they are saying is like, when the other people are greedy, then you should be fearful, and when other people are fearful, you should be greedy. Meaning that when somebody is really selling, that is the time when you should buy, and when everybody is buying, that is the time you should sell. Okay, but and I think so. What they are saying makes really very good sense, and but the problem is that we fail to implement it. We understand it, but we fail to implement. In Marathi, there is a proverb which says "Kahat पण वळत नाही," which means we understand, but we just can't implement it. Now, the problem is that we are also part of these traders, right? We are also traders. So, and we are inside the market, and our stocks or our mutual funds or our options are also right now getting affected because of this buy and because the market has crashed or the market has gone up. And because of that, our thinking is also same as the other traders thinking, and that's why we cannot implement it. It's really very simple, right? Because we are part of that. We cannot take 30-foot bird's eye view and look at it, look at the market very holistically, when we have our own trades stuck up in this trend, right? So that's why we cannot implement it. But nevertheless, in this PPT, we are going to explain how you can forget your stuck trades right now for the time being, but how we can take advantage of this trend that has come, and because everybody is greedy, how can we be fearful and purchase, and when everybody is fearful, how can we really be greedy, right? So there are some principles behind this, and there are some methods that you can implement. So in this video we are going to discuss that, right? But before we go into that nitty-gritties, like there are few things that I really want to discuss with you, and these are my own observations, that what I have seen in the market for a lot of time. Like say for example, when the market crashes, right, it crashes very rapidly as compared to, say for example, the market going up, right? It means the pace, PACE, pace at which the market is falling is really very high or rapid as compared to when the market is going up. And it's like, even though the good news or the bad news, actually good news and bad news are the drivers for this emotion of people, and that's how when people start trading. So if it is a good news here, which means that the market will go up. If it is a bad news, which means market will go down. Now, even if the both good news and bad news is of the same magnitude, in spite of that, the negative market crashes more rapidly than the positive market, right? So if we look it into the points, so if the market is falling, say per minute, if the market is falling 3 points, and with the positive news, in 1 minute the market will go only 1 point up. So at least 3 times or 2.5 times the market falling pace is greater than the market going up pace, right? So which means that the negative news is more severe for the market, and we can make more money in the falling market than in the rising market, right? So whenever you are doing a trading, there are only very two important things that really matter. First one is the direction of the market, whether it is going up or down, and second thing is the pace or the force by which the market is going up or down, right? Pace, right? So but luckily now in this kind of situation, what happens is the falling market and the rising market, it's already these 2 points are already given to us, because we can see right in front of our eyes that the market is crashing, and we can also see right in front of our eyes the market is going, and how rapidly it is going down or how rapidly it is going up, we can see that. So luckily we don't have to wait for these two. So now all we have to wait is like which type of trade we should take, whether it is put buy or call buy or put sell or call sell, or and how many number of lots, right? And what strike price to choose to close, and which expiry date to choose, right? So these are the four important things, three important things that we should really focus on, right? Now moving on to the next slide. But so there are a few more points which I have noticed, and I want you guys also to understand what I'm trying to say, right? So please pay your utmost attention to what I'm saying. Okay, now the premiums change, like when the market goes up or down, the premium changes, right? But the amount by which the premium percentage changes, it changes different on based of different price variations, right? So how far away the strike price is from the market trading at point, this is one thing that can change. And if the market strike price is in the money or out of the money, this is the second point where the premium changes differently. And if the contract is in same direction as of market, if the market is falling, then if you have a put buy contract or call sell contract, which means that the contract is in the direction of the market, right? And versus opposite direction of the market, right? Now if you this is the third thing. And fourth one is like, if the strike price whatever we have chosen, how far is the expiry, whether the expiry is in this month or this week or next week or this month or next month end or whatever. So these four factors actually are different. If we have the contracts, these four factors affect the amount of percentage the premium is going to increase or decrease. And in next 4 slides I'm showing this to you so that you will understand what I'm trying to talk about with the examples. And then in the final slide we will go through a very simple logic. Now if the market is falling when others are fearful, how do we actually take advantage of that? And if the market is going up, how do we take advantage of that, right? Now moving on to the next slide. So recently what happened is, on 1st of Feb, the finance minister, she declared the budget for 2020. That was on 1st Feb 2020. It was Saturday, and the market was still on Saturday. Because of the budget, the market was open. Normally it's not open on Saturdays, but this time they made an exception and it was open. Now on that day the market fell around 300 points. Okay, this is a very big change, and it is like a falling knife basically, right? So in this sheet I have taken the examples of 2 option chain, right? Now the first option chain on the left hand side, it's expiring on 3rd of Feb. That is the weekly expiry option chain. And on the right hand side it is a monthly expiry, that is 27th Feb expiry. Okay, now these are 2 option chains, and it is really very small because I couldn't fit it in. I wanted to fit these 2 option chains on one same screen, so I had to minimize it. So you will have to take a printout of this on maybe A3 size page or A4 size page to actually look into the points what I am trying to explain here. Okay, now this whole scenario is about like 2 options price. Now on the left hand side we have only 3 days to expiry, and on the right hand side picture we have 24 days to expiry, that is 27th of March, and I have captured this screen on 3rd of Feb, right? So sorry, on 1st of Feb. Okay. Now, now how far is the strike price from the market trading at? Okay. Now, if you notice on the left hand side, there are two circles I have made, semicircles, ovals on the strike price. Now, we know that the center point is always the market trading at point. So market is trading at 11,661 right now. And if you see that for 300 point crash, the market for the strike price of 11,700, the change was only minus 253 points. So 200 points change was there, right? 250 points the market had dropped, or the premium had dropped for that price, right? Now, same if you go down for 12,050, the strike price for the same 300 point drop, 300 point the market crashed, but in case of 11,700, the market, the premium changed minus 253, and in case of 12,050, that is the strike price, the market changed 106 points. So if you choose the different strike prices, the gap, the way the degree of premium change is going to be different based on how far you are from the market trading at point. So this is all I wanted to explain in this screen, right? Just read through that what I'm trying to say, and then watch this video again if you are not able to understand. But what I'm trying to say is, if your strike price is as close as the market trading at, the amount of percentage or the amount by the premium, it's going to increase more or decrease more as compared to the far away point, right? Moving on to the next slide. Now in this, if we are talking like if the strike price is in the money versus out of the money. Now here I have taken the example of 11,300 strike price. Now 11,300 is in the money, okay, and we are taking the same example of 12,050, and it is like out of the money, right? Now in the money, if you can see, for 11,600 strike price, the market has dropped, or the premium has crashed by 482 rupees. If somebody had that 11,300 contracts open, he might be right now pulling his hairs, and because it's a very big loss right now. So 482 rupees loss in one single day is a very, very big loss. Okay. Now if we go through the 12,050, so that is like the 106 point, because it's out of the money and it is still very far away from the strike price. So from this slide, if you want to take one point home, that if you are in the money, because in the money the change will happen very, very big. The reason for this is that in the money, if you might have seen from my other videos, in the money the premium has the intrinsic value plus the time decay, and if you go out of the money has only the time decay. So that's why there is such a big, huge difference between these two premiums. So for our said purpose and practical purpose, just remember that if the market is going up or down, then the premiums are drastically going to change. Now if somebody had opened a call sell contract in this market, he would have made like 482 rupees, and he would be really partying very hard on that day. So that's all on this slide. Moving on to this thing. Now if the contract is in same direction as of the market direction versus the opposite direction. Now if we see here, again I am taking the same example of 11,700. Now since the market is crashing and the call side, they are going to make a loss, and so it's in the market direction. So call side is in the market direction right now, and if you see that premiums have crashed by 253 from 11,070. Okay, whereas on the put side it is opposite to the direction. It's opposite to the direction. The premium has changed only like 77 points if you see. Though the distance between market trading at is same, like 50 points on the call side, 50 points on the this thing, right? Just if you have chosen, if you would have had the put buy contracts today, in that case you would have earned only 77 rupees. Okay, but if you would have had call sale contracts today, okay, then you would have earned a lot of money. On the other hand, if you would have had call buy contracts today, then you would have had a very big loss. And if you would have had put buy contract today, then put sell contract today, then you would have made just 77 rupees, right? So there is a difference between 253 points versus 74. So it's like 4:1 kind of ratio. That much the market, there is a difference between sitting in the direction of the market and your contracts being in the opposite direction of the market. So please just consider here very with deepest concentration, because when the market crashes, it means two different things for call side and put side. So you need to understand this part really well, right? Going back to the next one. Now here in this slide I am talking about if the strike price is next expiry or far expiry. Now if you see in this example, again it's again 11,700 example. Now the 3 days to expiry, that is only 3 days are remaining. So the drop is 253, and if you see the on the right hand side graph, that is 24 days to expiry, it is 228 for the same strike price. Now if you, I'm taking the example of 11,700 strike price in both the situation in the separate option chain. Now the gap is a little bit different. So here it is 253, here it is, I know it's 30 points or so gap, not much, but nevertheless it is different, right? Because we still have a lot of time for the market to recover. 24 days is a big time for a market to recover. Market can actually go back very easily within that much time, right? So these are like 4 points like you should be really aware about when you are choosing your strike price, specifically in this kind of market, right? So how do we take the advantage of other people's fear and other people's greed, right? So first, fear part. Now fear part meaning like when the market is falling, that is always a fearful thing. Now when the market is falling, we should open as many as put buy contracts that as we can, basically, right? So in that situation what happens is like the market is going down and put buy contract is like we are paying the premium upfront, and we can actually purchase more lots than we can actually, right? Because if you have seen my other videos, call sell or put sell type of contract needs a margin, so there is very few lots that we can deal in. But in put buy we are paying the money upfront, so we can earn more money, right? So this is what it is. So when the market is falling, you should always open the put buy contracts. Now and at the end of the day, you purchase a put sell contract, because if the market reverses next day, then you can take the advantage of the recovery as well, right? But there is a downside of here. So whenever you take a put sell contract or something, just make sure that you have the expiry as far as possible, because if the market doesn't reverse tomorrow, because if it starts further going down, then all your put sell contracts will be in the loss right from the time the market has opened, and then it will start showing as a very big loss. So we need to wait until the market recovers in so the expiry should be far, so that we get a time to recover, right? Now in the markets going up scenario, in this situation, which means that people are greedy right now, so you should open the call buy contracts. So when the market is going up, you can also buy a lot of, and when the market goes at the top, when the market ends, then you just do call sell and you close away everything, right? And also at the end of the day, I just suggest that you take call sell contracts, because if the tomorrow the market reverses, then you can make some money on that call sell as well for tomorrow, right? So that's about it for this video. And please subscribe to my video. The link is right here. And I'm going to upload this presentation on my website www.theindianoptions.com. Please register there. On the right on the front page there is a form which you have to fill up, and you can download this course material, and you can see the course material before you are watching this video, so that it will start making sense to you. Thank you very much for visiting my video, and you have a nice day. Bye bye.